Imagine starting your day thinking about today's plans, what buildings you will do, what adventures you will go, and then suddenly you're greeted by this thing. A huge pumpkin looming over my front gate. That's right, the spooky season is here and I got pranked. I didn't even have the option to choose between trick or treat. I guess this is the equivalent of throwing toilet paper over your house, but in a more creative, Minecrafty way. Sounds accurate. Of course, it's not just a prank. Inside it there is a bunch of shulker boxes that my friend LG wanted to give to me. And basically he did it in a very creative and fun way. I appreciate that a lot, but this pumpkin needs to go. It needs to go to a better place. I'm going to make an area, a temple, just for this pumpkin. And I'm going to move it there so one can enjoy it in all its glorious pumpkinness. So first things first, I wanted to make this temple at the ground to add on its mystery. Kinda like a hidden place to gather where the people of my desert secretly and wrongly praise the pumpkin god instead of me. Thus, I had to dig out a huge area. Most of its digging, it was also done while streaming, which I recently started, so thank you to the people that kept me company during this endeavor, and special thanks to Dragon Girl, also known as DG, who tremendously helped me with the digging process. Sincerely thank you. That being said, we dug the area and then I started designing the side pillars of the temple. I wanted to use the colors of the pumpkin and its stems, so I ended up with these orange and green blocks. Then I repeated that pillar pattern symmetrically around the temple. For the floor, I decided to put grass blocks and above them a variety of leafage. I have more plans for it later. Afterwards, I had to work on the walls, which, unlike the pillars, I wanted to use darker colors. So I went with a variety of nether blocks, which was a pain to gather by the way, especially the red ones, and now I know that I need to build a netherworld farm very soon, because this was a nightmare. Anyhow, next up I worked to the back wall. This is simple and this part will just work as a plain background for the pumpkin. The ceiling is a different story. It's much more complicated and intricate and I wanted to attract some attention to it. The main area was complete and now I could take down the original pumpkin and start moving it inside the temple. Sadly, somewhere in between I lost some footage of building the main staircase of the temple, and the actual rebuild of the pumpkin itself inside of it. So we will move on the clips, which is me working at the sides. Remember me saying that I have plans for the leafage floor? Now it was time to improve it. For that, I slightly terraformed the area, gave it some uneven leveling when it comes to height and depth, overall making it look more organic and kinda like a swamp. I know this might sound weird for a temple, but I wanted this place to, let's say, be overgrown, like the power of the Pumpkin Lord was spreading all around. And of course, we need a few followers too, or maybe should I call them cultists? I grabbed a few villagers, put some carved pumpkins on their heads, and I let them loose. And don't worry, I made them a little hut that they can spend the night after praying all day to the pumpkin or something. Here is the most important room of the whole temple, the inner altar, where I built the supposedly statue of the Pumpkin Lord, surrounded by crops and agricultural goodies. And what is a god without a psalm? Let me read it to you while I try not to laugh. In the glow of autumn's embrace, Gurdos harvestus, our watchful grace, guardian of fields, protector of this sun-kissed land, with carved smiles, bright, you take your stand. By day you ward off shadows and plight, by night your lanterns guide the lost souls. In secret we gather, beneath earth's veil, to honor your spirit, in joy we prevail. With seeds of hope, our hearts entwined, in your sacred presence, true strength we find. O Gurdos harvestus, guide us each year, in gratitude's harvest we hold you dear. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to finishing the building now. So lastly, we need to prepare the entrance, which by all means is going to be very simple and plain. In fact, it's kind of abandoned and broken. So much that the original obelisk that identified the entrance, it's in rambles, and a big acacia tree has sprouted around it. Maybe another side effect of the flourishing powers of the Pumpkin Lord. And with that, it is done. Let's enjoy a little tour. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Special thanks to LG for pranking me with this wonderful gift, to be honest. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be inspired or even aware to make a Halloween video, cause a little secret, in my country we don't celebrate Halloween. Yeah, I know, that sucks. But thanks to all this prank shenanigan, I was very motivated to do something thematic about it. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching, stay spooky and see you next time. Bye bye!